Hi, I'm Courtney Kimmen, and this is my new student dialogue blog. I attended the Invisible Inequalities, Is It Only Skin Deep? This dialogue was about racial discrimination still present in our culture today. First off, I will begin explaining the differences between dialogue, discussion, and debate. First of all, debate is when you have two or more people that are arguing a point of view, and debate is for when you want to show that your personal view is the best. Now, discussion is more structured, and it's when a group of people are talking about a certain idea or thing, and they don't argue necessarily, but it's much more structured, so they bring out certain points. And dialogue is when it's very relaxed and open, and it's a group of people that are free to express their opinions without worrying about having to back up what they say. Now, my group was able to achieve dialogue because we had a good group of people that sat in a circle, and we all introduced ourselves, first of all, for the first 15 minutes, and we got to know each other's names, played a few icebreakers, and then we started with the dialogue where we were talking about more in-depth ideas such as racial discrimination in schools and just with friends, stuff like that. So I would definitely say most of the people in my group were more reserved, and there was only a few that were very active in sharing their opinions. There was two boys and one girl that were especially very active with sharing their opinion, and the girl was actually half Filipino, so she definitely had some input about racial discrimination. And one of the boys there was a black boy, and he was the only black kid in our class, so he gave us some insight about his story about racial discrimination. Now, what he said is, he said it's very difficult for Clemson because he feels that most black people at Clemson tend to stick together and tend to just not very diverse with other kids such as white kids. So he feels that it's hard to find a group of diverse kids at Clemson to hang out with. We also had a few other people that would occasionally share an opinion or an idea, but mostly the class was reserved. And I, for one, was definitely more reserved. I didn't really share many of my opinions. I like to listen more and to be aware of what everyone else is saying around me. So mostly the vlog was about just racial discriminations, and we did an activity where we all stood up, and the instructor she would ask us questions that were directed about racial, interactions and stuff, and she would ask us a question, and if we felt that it has happened to us before or we've seen it, then we step in the circle. Now, most of the time, the only person or the only people that stepped in the circle was the half Filipino girl and the black boy. So it was very obvious that they both went through many racial discriminations throughout their life. So that was definitely the highlight, I think, of the vlog, is just to interact, and we all stood up, and we also kind of made fun of it. We enjoyed it and getting to know one another. So I think that doing the dialogue is very important for the C1000 because it teaches new Clemson students how to understand and know how to use dialogue throughout their college experience. Because in many classes throughout any degree, you're going to need to know how to use dialogue, how to communicate your opinion. In the workplace, after college, we're going to need to know. So it's very important to start early on how to develop these kind of skills. And also, I think that this dialogue is going to help us also just get to know one another, be more comfortable with the Clemson education program. So it was definitely an important part, and I think that Clemson CU1000 should definitely continue with the vlog. So that was my experience with the New Student Dialogue, and thank you for listening. Bye.